more or less? Are you enjoying how your desire continues to evolve? Isn't it wonderful how you never get it done? How each experience just builds on itself until you find yourself the happy movers of incredible energy for the fulfillment of eternal life. That's the way you felt when you decided to come forth into this body. And it's the way you felt coming forth into this body. And it's the way you felt when you first were in this body. And it's the way you will feel again as you come to understand who you are and what you're about. And it is the way that you would always have felt if you had been aware of the power of your emotions to keep you in alignment with your true intent. You are focusers of energy. That's really what a creator is. Someone who focuses, which means someone who thinks, or someone who ponders, or remembers, or imagines, or notices, or observes, or contemplates, or visualizes, or recalls, or explains, or expresses. In other words, when you are aware, whether you are looking into past, or present, or future, the focus of your mind is the creative mechanism. You are, we all are, living in a vibrational universe that is managed by the powerful law of attraction. And what that literally, absolutely means is that whatever it is that you are giving your attention to is setting up a reverberation or a vibrational pattern within you. And then law of attraction answers your signal. Creation is not about somebody else doing something to you or for you. Nothing can be thrust at you. Instead, creation is about you, by the utilization of your own mind, generating a vibrational pattern that is attraction-based. So the combination of whatever it is that you are focused upon sets up a vibrational pattern within you that is answered by all that is. So when we say to you everything is vibrational, we could not find more accurate words of explaining. You are vibrational beings who are sending out a signal that is being answered precisely, accurately, fairly, honestly, perfectly. So, whatever it is that you are living, the way your body feels, the way your body looks, the way your life is unfolding, your financial conditions, your relationships, everything that you are living is about the vibration that you are emitting. Everything that you are living is about the distance between, or the harmony between, the thought that you offer that you would describe as desire or determination, I want, and the belief that you hold about same subject. If you intend perfect wellness, and you've been focused upon people who are well, and you've been observing your family who have all been well, and you have noticed very few who were not. Law of attraction has just not matched you up with a whole lot of sick people, and in your circle you see wellness, you see people thriving. Then the distance, the vibrational ratio between your intention for wellness and your belief about wellness, there would be almost no distance at all, so there would be no resistance within your vibration, so the receiving of well-being would be a simple thing for you. But if you have a desire for well-being, but you have been focusing in exaggerated fashion on illness, maybe you work in a doctor's office, or maybe you grew up with a sick mother, or maybe you lived in a place where they had decided there was toxic waste and everybody in town talked all the time about how detrimental it was to live there. Now the distance between your desire for well-being, your vibrational distance, between your desire for well-being and your expectation or belief about same it is not a vibrational match. There is discord within you. And even though you are asking for well-being, there is something within your vibration that is not allowing it. Now, a very easy way to hear this is there are 3 parts for you getting anything that you want, no matter what the subject, whether it is wealth or physical conditions or relationships, material objects, it does not matter. Anything that you want, there are 3 factors for you to be aware of. The first factor is your asking. In other words, as you bang around in the contrast of your time and place, you come to continual conclusions of what you want. Sometimes it is a conscious conclusion, in which case you say, I know I really want that. This is what I've decided. I've determined, I want. Conscious determination of what you want. Sometimes it is an unconscious desire or an unspoken desire, something that you're not talking about. Maybe it is something that your cell knows that it would benefit from. But whether it is a full conscious, verbalized desire or whether it is an unconscious, unspoken desire, every time desire is determined within you on any level, it is immediately answered by source energy. So when you say, ask and it is given, your words could not be more accurate. When you ask, it is always given. So those are 2 of the 3 parts. Ask, you ask. Universe yields. You can call that God if you want to, or source energy, or creative life force. Does not matter what you call it. When you ask, the resources of your universe always answer, and it is always given. The third component, which is what this workshop is all about, is about you then being vibrationally in the receiving mode of receiving what you are asking for. Because you can ask for something, and the universe can yield something, but you may not let it in because you may not be in the receiving mode. A good way of looking at this is, Esther was having fun the other day. They have a satellite dish on the top of their motor coach. And the satellite that beams to their motor coach is somewhere over Houston. And so when they pull into the new campground, Esther will say to Jerry, "Where's Houston?" She wants to sort of get an idea of which way that satellite is going to be pointed. Because if there's a tree in the way or a building in the way or something that is going to block the signal, she knows she will not be able to receive. And so once they determine where Houston is and they make certain that there is not a tree between their signal and their satellite dish, Esther will push a button which chooses the elevation of the dish depending upon where they are in the nation. Because sometimes the satellite dish wants to look around the horizon at a rather low level. It looks and looks and looks. It spins until it finds it, and when it finds it, it locks on. Sometimes it is pitched a little higher as it spins in the sky. If Esther puts it on the wrong elevation, that satellite dish will work its heart out. It will turn all night long if she asks it to, but it never locks on to the satellite. Now, what we're getting at with this is that once you ask, that satellite in the sky, so to speak, is beaming your answer to you. But if you've got your dish turned off or pointed in the wrong direction, if you are not in the receiving mode for that which you are asking for, then that is the missing link in what is happening. It isn't a worthiness issue in the sense that someone outside of you has determined that it is inappropriate for you to receive. It isn't that you are standing in the wrong place or that you are doing the wrong thing or that you've been asking and not listening for the answer and so now the signal's been turned off to punish you to make you listen with more pointed ears later. The only thing that ever keeps you from receiving fully, from manifesting fully, whatever it is that you are wanting, is that your receiver is not in the position to receive. Now, in your physical human experience, the way you can know whether you are lined up to receive is by paying attention to the way you feel. Your emotions are your indicator of when you are in that receiving mode. When you want something, let us say that you have a child, a teenager, and your desire for this person's well-being is off the charts. In other words, you want it and you've been asking. You've been asking all of the days of this being's life. You ask continually. You think about it every day, many times a day. You're asking. But you worry about this one. When you feel worry, you're not in the receiving mode to receive what you are wanting. Let's say that you are living rather well, but in the contrast that you are living, you've concluded that there are more things that you would like to experience of a physical nature. More travel, different house, different vehicles, and you are wanting more dollars. So you've been launching this desire on many levels in many ways, and the universe is answering. The signal is being beamed to you, but you are frustrated about where you stand. You're worried about your financial condition. You are jealous that your neighbor has a new car. You are angry that your employer doesn't give you more money. You are unhappy about where you stand. When you think about money, the dominant vibration, if someone would say to you, how does money make you feel? Your first knee-jerk response is usually the most accurate one. And when you say, I worry about money, then we would say, in your worrisome attitude about money, you have not got your signal in the receiving mode. And even though you're asking, and even though you're deserving, and even though the universe is yielding, you're not locking onto the signal. And you know what kind of picture you get on your television when you're not locked onto the signal. In other words, the manifestation does not happen. And so what we are wanting to assist you in understanding is that the more effort you make when your signal is not in the receiving mode, the more frustrated you become. In other words, effort is not the factor. Trying harder is not the factor. Moving more things around, working longer hours, offering more words, this is not making it happen. The only thing that is going to help you is adjusting your signal. And everything else is irrelevant. The only thing that matters is that you lock onto the signal. The only thing that matters is that you let it in, that you put yourself in the receiving mode and that you let it in. And you can tell by the way you feel whether you are doing that or not. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. What you will discover as we are moving forward is that those who come before you will lay a very nice basis for that which you are wanting to know. This truly is a gathering of co-creating optimum. You come with clearly focused desire. We can feel you. You come with combinations of beliefs, some of which serve you, some of which do not. And we believe that as we chew together today, you will be able to feel, by the time you leave, you'll be able to feel what the receiving mode feels like and what the resistance mode feels like. Great fun before us. We're appreciating the leading edge place where you stand, because the nitty-gritty of your experience literally takes thought beyond that which it has been before. You are extensions of